Hi y'all, welcome back. Can't tell by the title of today's video, we are looking at this, the Morphe Jeffree Star Collaborative palette. It came out last year, but we'll talk about that in a second. First off, if this is your first time here, feel free to reach down and hit like. If this is not your first time here, feel free to reach down and hit subscribe, then like, either or, whatever makes you feel comfortable, okay? Let's just dive into this. Anybody who's watched any of my previous videos knows I am a total pushover for like a discount or a sale. And Morphe has dropped their, dropped their partnership with Jeffree Star Cosmetics and basically is getting rid of all of his cosmetics online. And they also are getting rid of their collaborative that they did with him last year. Now, I got this at Ulta, which is a Morphe, they sell a Morphe anything. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little hesitant to order this. My experience in the past with Morphe has always been with its brushes, and the brushes, in my opinion, are kind of sucky. Sorry to say that if you're a Morphe fan, but like the multiple times I've tried Morphe brushes, they just shed everywhere. They didn't deliver good product. I got too frustrated with them, and I ended up just giving them away. I ended up with brushes I found on Amazon that were cheaper, but I liked a lot better. They were a little softer, didn't shed, all synthetic. This is the palette. Pull it out of the box. It's a bright pink palette. This is the box. I believe I paid on Ulta.com $17.50. Whopping 17.5. I'm like, okay, 17.5, I can give it a whirl. I've never actually tried the Morphe eyeshadows, just the brushes. So I thought I would give this a look. Now, let's get this upright. Let's take a peek. Piece of plastic in there, like always. And that is the palette. Now, I love green. So we've got the greens down here, and I love pinks. So this is actually surprisingly more my speed. I'm not really sure how well I'm going to get some of these colors to work together just because they are such different colors, but I figured what the hey, give it a whirl. Now actually these are all some form of pink or tan. It's a lot pinker looking, I think, in person than it is on the camera. And each shade has a name. Like the first line itself says, "Welcome back to my channel, Wand Noise." Okay, that's a little extra, but whatever. Let's swatch a couple of these, take a look at them. I'm actually interested in these colors and these colors down here. Some of these middle neutrals, I'm like, okay, you know, whatever, you always need mid-neutral. But like I said, I have never, okay, that is soft. Never bothered with the Morphes before, just because the brushes were such a raging letdown. Ooh, okay. Okay, that is a very, light pink. I don't know if this shows up very well. I mean, it is okay. Much more pigmented than I thought it was going to be. Wow. Thought it was going to be. Thank God for sales. I love sales. Let's try that one pink one more time. It's called Back. There we go. It is a pink. It is definitely a pink. Wow, this is going to stain my fingers. I feel like this is going to stain my fingers. Okay, now let's see, what does it say on here? According to this, Morphe is a 12-month brand made in China. Well, alrighty then. I guess we'll work with that. Let's look at a couple more colors. Let me pull out one of these cloth though, clean off the fingers. I'm gonna try out some of these colors today, just because I'm curious. Like, I've never really purchased Jeffree Star before, And for the price point, I don't know if I would. I'm not really sure what the quality is. There's only like one of his palettes that I even have a mild interest in, and that's a cremated palette. But with Morphe, there's at least one palette of theirs that I have an interest in that I would like to try, but I guess it depends on how well this one performs. Oh, okay. Let's see how our greens do. This is the bottom row. Ooh, okay. Okay, I like that color. It's almost an olive to neon green. That's pretty. Oh, and that's a metallic. I don't know why, but I did not think that was going to be a metallic. Ooh, that is really pretty. I'm kind of surprised. Like I said, my experience with, wow. Okay, so I wasn't wrong. That one pink right there, that's stained. Like, that does not even want to come off my hand. Wow. Like, look at this. This is twice clean and you still got the pink all over it. Holy magnolia. If you're looking at my maskne, we will be talking about that in a different video. Okay, let's look at Millions. We haven't even touched one of the glitter ones, and I'm kind of, wow, that's kind of rough and chalky and chunky. Okay, I can tell you right now, this is a color that I will probably not be using all that often. Not a big glitter girl. Never have been. Probably never will be. Okay, what other colors you guys think we should, you know what? Let's look at One Noise and Don't Know Her. And then actually Fastlane, because I'm kind of curious how this black is gonna look. Okay, let's see. One Noise, Don't Know Her, and Fastlane. Wow, that black is soft. Okay, I might change my mind on Morphe some after this. And now I heard, I'm gonna have to look into it. I heard that they use a slightly different formula for this palette than their normal one. And I'm honestly a little surprised they collaborated with Jeffree Star, seeing he's got his own makeup company. But I get why at the same time. Wow. Holy shit. That is pigmented as all get out. I was not expecting that from the black. I don't know why. Okay, we're gonna try out some of these. These are, this one is actually much more colored right here than the camera is showing. It's much more of a soft bubblegum pink. Wow. Ooh. I'm looking forward to trying some of these. I'm not even gonna pretend. Kind of surprised. Now my eyes are already prepped. I used Too Faced's 24-hour shadow insurance. Okay, let's see. Let's do two different colored eyes with this. Okay, we're gonna try Back, Mogul, and Don't Know Her and see what we can come up with, at least on one eye. And if it looks absolutely ridiculous, then obviously I'm gonna have to figure out something else. See, now this is such a soft pink. I guess I wasn't expecting this. It looks much more pigmented in the mirror than it does with you guys. There we go. Okay. Okay, that's soft, that's pigmented. Let's try Don't Know Her. That would be this one right here in the corner. That does not want to go on all that well, does it? That's kind of patchy on the application. It's just weird because the swatch went on so well. Now that is a pretty pink. I'm not even gonna pretend. That is a gorgeous pink. Wow. Okay. Let's try, you know what? I was gonna do these 3 colors, but let's actually dip into Pink Fleet instead of Mogul, because I'm curious. Okay, wow, that comes out a lot pinker than I anticipated. Ooh. I feel like my eyeball's been barfed up by Barbie. Okay. This does not necessarily like to apply all that well. It's kind of patchy on the application. Okay. Just for a little effect, let's see how Mogul looks. This is actually the more purple color, and it just looks like a fuchsia. Alrighty. I think I'm a little surprised. The colors, there's not a lot of variation. Like you're seeing in the pan, looks like a lot of variation, but an application on the eye itself does not look that way. Let's put a little bit more of that on there. Okay, what can we do? Let's try something right at, let's try Calabasas, right here, along here. Okay, even with that, it does not want to apply very well. Ooh, and look at the fallout. I feel like my eyelashes are pinker than parts of my eye are. So far this is not inspiring me. I'm glad I only paid $17.50 for it, because as we can see, I have put on multiple different colors and they all come out basically to pink. Even if they're different shades, they should represent a different shade. Let's do that. Ooh, that is some fallout. Yeah. Like, I'm not hating the pinks itself, but I don't know. I don't know, because these are not really, these are not showing much variety, much buildup. They're applying patchy. Let's do a little blending. Let's see if we can come up with something a little bit more blended. Okay, let's try. Let's try custom rims. It's the silver glitter one. Anything that might show up other than pink on this eye. Okay, let's try our finger. The brush is not working. There we go. Okay, that one requires finger application. And literally have glitter everywhere. Wow. Okay, so far, what I'm thinking is the one Morphe palette I was looking at with interest besides this one, which was not on sale. It's called Making Bank. It's a greens palette. Based on this one's application, I would not be purchasing it. This is coming out patchy. So much fallout. Like, I'm glad I could afford to try Morphe at a realistic price. But at the same time, I am a little frustrated by, well, by its application. I could see me using this, but not, I may end up giving this away. That's all there is to it. Like, the pinks are gorgeous. Unfortunately, they all look identical. They apply patchy, but they look identical. You know what? Let's put on, I'm gonna put on Girl, Nate, and Drive Through and see, no, what's the T, Nate, and Drive Through and see what we can come up with. Let's just use that as my crease color. Okay, it's not terrible. Not showing up with a lot of color, but it's not terrible. I'm almost positive that's exactly what this color was designed for, was a crease color. Okay. We're gonna try Nate. Okay. That does not even blend well. Like that, I like the shade of green. You know what, let's try Drive Through. We're just gonna put that all on the lid and see how it looks. Okay, let's try a different brush. Let's try some blending. Okay, actually blending out is not too terrible. We got patchy in some spots, but I kind of like the way that looks. And then maybe a touch more green. I'm just gonna try a little bit more of that green. Buff the edges, make it look okay. Let's try. Let's try that green on the under. under eye. I'm not necessarily hating this, just okay. And just for grins and giggles, let's do the under eye on the pink side. I may not have to. Wow, okay, look at this. Up close. We got this shade here, all over here. It is transferred, and this, and I do have primer on. We have so much fallout. And then this side, we've already got the pink underneath. I haven't even underlined the eye. You see the pink eyeshadow that's already worked its way down there? Definitely not worth $17.50. I'm suddenly understanding why it's taking them so long to clear out their inventory of this. I'm gonna guess they have a lot and it just hasn't sold well. But the fallout alone, it's a lot of fallout. I mean, don't get me wrong, the pigments are pretty, but they're patchy on the application. The fallout is a stupid amount. They don't seem to want to blend all that well. There is so much friggin' glitter. It's just going everywhere. And the colors seem to be transferring real easy to anywhere else on the face. Now we're gonna stand up and we're gonna look at this in slightly different lighting. Now the swatch tests showed really pretty colors, but unfortunately a lot of the pinks are just muddying together and blending and turning into basically one shade of pink, which is not really what you want when you get a multicolored palette. Now if it was the only pink I had, that might be different. Whoopsie doodle. Well, it looks good with the green eyes. Pink tends to, so does green, that's why I tend to buy them. There's our swatches, but that being said, I wouldn't buy it again. I wouldn't buy it in the first place if I realized this is how it worked out. See, and this was my first time testing out a Morphe palette. I've never bought a Morphe palette before because I had such a disliking of the Morphe brushes. Like, I had massive disliking of the Morphe brushes. I had bought them. I thought, what the hey, let's give it a whirl. 17.5 is pretty good to try something new. It's not like stupid expensive. Don't waste your money. If you're contemplating buying it on the discount because you know what the hey, might as well now that it's on the cheap, I wouldn't waste my money. Like, I will find something to do with this palette because I paid for it. I may even end up giving it to a friend. The pinks stain something fierce too. Look at this, they don't even want to come out. So I guess that's a positive. I'm not certain at this point. But some of the stuff, maybe I have to play with it more, but right now my review says don't buy it. Don't even bother. And since this is a Morphe palette, pretty much lay this blame on Morphe's doorstep. Anybody else try this palette? Anybody else try a Morphe palette that it worked out well with? Am I the only one who's ever had issues with Morphe? Because I feel like I hear all these good things about Morphe, like their brushes. and some of their eyeshadows and their quality. And then I run into something like this, and I don't know if it is just because it is this palette or if maybe the hype with Morphe is a little exaggerated. What do you guys think? Has anybody tried this palette? Has anybody tried Morphe? What do you guys think? I mean, the way it stands, I don't think I'll ever buy another Morphe palette if this is the standard quality. Like, this looks cute in person. This makes that, like, the camera makes it look much harsher. This, I think all the pinks just blurred together into a muddy shade of pink that is just, no. No. Okay. What are you guys' thoughts? Come on, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. This is my first time with Morphe, and it is probably gonna be my last time with Morphe. Not even pretending. Like, the brushes didn't impress me, and right now this formula is not impressing me. Okay, guys, leave some comments, leave some feedback. Let me know if you've had the same problem. Let me know if you've tried this palette. Let me know if you've tried other palettes. What do you guys think? Because right now I'm like, never Morphe again. This is not a great application. This is not blending. The application of some of this stuff just went on really patchy, and I didn't like it. Like, the color story, I get it. Same time, it's like, yikes. Okay, guys, have a good night. Remember, be safe, social distancing, wash your masks, wear appropriate, wash your hands, and be nice to your essential workers. We are trying. Thanks. Have a good one.